Okay, got that piece out. The screws were kind of stuck in there, so it took a little extra encouragement. But compared to the last truck, that 1500 I had, this thing is much cleaner. It doesn't look like this has ever been taken off, at least on this side. This should be freed up, should be split back there. So in theory, this should just come out like that. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. So we just got to get that centerpiece out of there. Let's see if this is coming out as easily. Check it out. Just found a Milwaukee box blade. Can't beat that. Got this vacuumed out back here. Even more evidence that this carpet's not been bothered with, is this is the first time that these seat belts have come off back here, and the way that all this is sealed up. But look at this back here. Look at that. All the dirt from sitting. So we definitely got our work cut out for us. That's for sure, boys. We're in the thick of it now. So I'm just gonna get that plastic piece off, and we should be able to pull the whole thing out. I wanted to make sure that I labeled everything exactly the way that it was on the amp, because from the looks of the amp, the looks of the way the wiring and the subs and everything, it's a nice system. It was in good shape. It was all hooked up right. So I'm going to leave it exactly the way it is, and hopefully we don't have to have any troubleshooting with the system, because that's always a pet peeve of mine. Everything, all in all, is in really decent shape, you know? There's a little stuck here, but all in all, it came out really good. It's nice and clean, it's solid, there's no rust or anything. The blower motor situation, again, I see that there's tape. Oh, I see that there's tape all around here as well. So, but this blower motor looks like it's new. I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum it out, then we'll go ahead and start working on the carpet. Everything nice and vacuumed out. What I gotta do now is I'm gonna spray all this with some soapy degreaser. I'm gonna get all this back wall. I'm gonna get all up in here, all of that. We're gonna get all of this in here, look at all that. But first, we're gonna tackle the carpet. Check this out. So I have my soapy water solution here, or like Chris Fix says, soapy water. I am going to first go ahead and spray it, let it soak. Then I'm gonna come out with the drill, and I'm gonna drill it with the brush, and then we're gonna pressure wash it. while I was waiting for the carpet to dry over there. You can kind of see how it's coming out. It's drying out a little bit. Evident sun damage on the center hump right there in front of the armrest, the driver's side. Obviously those areas are real wet, but you can see the stain from all the water coming out of it. That was some type of bleach maybe from the last guy. You can see this little section here, but it's coming out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit that a few more times with the drill and everything. It worked out great. But what I was doing was I was pulling all kinds of wires out of the truck. I mean, you guys have no idea. First off, I scrubbed out in here. I haven't done that door panel yet. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, but look at that. I did that whole piece. Remember that was all full of cobwebs and everything? Look back here, brand new plastic. I'm doing this trim restore. I'm just doing it on this door right here just to kind of see how it comes out. But man, you can feel it. It feels like a brand new door. It's nice and wet looking now. I did the door handle and everything. Definitely made it look a lot newer, that's for sure. I still got to do down in here, but I cleaned these out as best as I could. So the trim restore is definitely doing its thing. You can kind of see the shine on there. I mean, I wish you could feel it with my glove. It's like a coat of wax. It's crazy. But I was pulling, if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a whole cluster of wires right here. It was so bad. I mean, they were hanging all down in here. They were all in there. So what I did was I took my time. I traced every single wire. I cut them all out. I pulled them all out of the engine bay. All this is empty looking now because this was just covered in wires. And I wanted to show you guys, I got a glove on because of how dirty the wires are. These are the wires. But look at the amount of wires that I pulled. This all literally came out of the truck. Like, you guys have no idea. Look at all of that. And it keeps going, bro. It keeps going. There's relays. These are those little LED pods for the back. They're probably gone. Look at all of this wire. And I know on camera it doesn't really do it justice. But I mean, there's probably 4 of these things. I had to make sure that I followed every single cable and made sure that it didn't do anything. And I'm super stoked about that, because now the truck won't just spontaneously catch on fire in the middle of traffic. All right, we're gonna go ahead and try to put this valance on. Alrighty, so got that bolted up, bolts all the way across, and I just hit it with the black trim restore just because it's brand new. I even thought about hitting it with some black satin paint, but I'm gonna leave the plastic look. So you can actually tell it's nice and wet looking now, and really went along with dressing up the underside of that truck. Really looks good. I wish that this was the bumper with the cutouts right here for the fog lights, but soapy water here. This is just some simple green with a little bit of apple scented soap, and just straight detergent. And I'm also going to use the drill attachment. We're going to spray this all down. We'll hit it with the drill brush, wipe it down, and then we'll start putting the sound deadening in. On this side, just got done getting all up in here. Back in here, it's nice and clean now. I'm going to get my fine brush, and I'm going to get down inside the pedals, but I got the pedals pretty good so far. Got everything kind of cleaned up. As you can see back here, it's a nice factory finish compared to what it was before. You can kind of see there's some spots there. And this is what it looks like now. Brand new stock factory finish. Nice and clean factory finish through here. Pretty good through here. These areas are always the worst. All right, we'll hit it with our soapy water. Now the pedals are nice and clean. Still a little wet, but they're drying off. Nice and clean. Got up in there, got down through here, got up in here, and all back in there. So nice and clean. I'd say the driver's side is done and ready for sound deadening. Nice and soaked. And now we brush. Now I've got everything nice and scrubbed, wiped down, degreased. Everything's nice and clean, back to a factory finish. So now I'm going to show you guys the sound deadening that I got, and then we'll go ahead and start doing it. But just like the last truck, we're going to go ahead and coat as much as we can. This is what we got. Instead of a roll, this time I got sheets. Forget how many sheets are in here. Definitely like maybe 20 or so, 20 or 30 sheets. But this foam is a lot denser, so you can, a lot more dense, so you can see that. Versus the real puffy foam. This is nice and you can kind of hear it when you smack it too. So let's go ahead and start putting these squares in and getting it all soundproof. Just got done degreasing this door over here. Got that back to black. I did on that door over there. It seemed like it worked out pretty well. I just got done doing the carpet here. It's all right. It came out okay. Now we're gonna do. We're gonna put this black restore on here. While I'm gonna let this soak on here because you're supposed to let it soak and then buff it off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let it soak while I put the sound deadening in, and then by the time I'm done with that, I can come back and buff it off. But we're going to soak this stuff on here. We're going to make sure we get it real good. Get that. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it in real nice. Okay, so I got this thing on Amazon, I think. It might have been like 50 or 60 bucks. Yeah, they come in different colors. Instead of just bare aluminum, I went ahead and got the painted black one, just because I want it to be kind of clean in the engine bay. But everybody gives really good reviews of this thing. It's comparable to the Banks or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on. It comes with the new gasket and some new bolts. So also has some ports on the side for sensors and whatever else, and then that spot on top for the dipstick. So let's jump over and put it on and see how it sounds.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Alright, I got rid of the heater in there.
Times don't fly too high. The sure to keep them round in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
It is windy as hell outside. But check this out. The carpet is much better. So I don't know what's up with this bleach stain. There's something we got to do about that. Also, the hump that is on the center hump right here in front of the center console, this has like sun damage, so it's a little bit bleached from the sun, but you can see it's much cleaner than what it was before. I mean, you know, it was all black and nasty. There was spots everywhere. So after scrubbing it several times, hitting it with the Lest oil and everything, now the carpet is very soft. Still a decent amount of sand is still left in the carpet. I had to hang it upside down and beat it so a lot of sand would come out, but there's still a lot of sand in the carpet. But this is going to be good for now. It's much more soft, much more new looking, that's for sure. Absolutely no smells. It actually smells a little bit like laundry soap, which is the main reason I used it. So now we're just going to go ahead and put it in the truck because we have the sound deadening all done. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but we got the valence put on and I put the Yeti tag on there, so that's sick. Also got the roll pan. So the roll pan came in a couple days ago, and I've got the wrap right there, so we can go ahead and wrap it. It should look really nice. Overall, it looks like it doesn't have much damage. This is a little bit bent in right here. I'm not quite sure if that's gonna bother it at all, but yeah, I think this thing was like $100 maybe. And then here's our sound deadening. Now I still have some pieces, and our plastic just looks so much better. That trim restore really does a great job. I mean, the handles are black again. Everything is nice, and you can feel it's got a lot of moisture to it, which is very nice. Everything over there is nice and shiny, looking nice and clean, and OEM factory. So here we go. This is not bad. It smells like rubber, so you know, it doesn't smell like clean truck anymore, but that's okay. So everything is got the sound deadening in there. Now all we need to do is go ahead and put the carpet in and see how it comes out. Alrighty, now she is all in there. I had to go ahead and vacuum it again just because there was just a crazy layer of sand that was on this thing. Like if you smack it a little bit, it's a lot better now, but man, after I got done rinsing it and everything, it just brought all that sand to the surface. So as I was putting it in here, and you can kind of see some of the sand. So I got it all in here and everything is nice. Everything sits in here great with the sound deadening under there. You can kind of see a little bit there. Went ahead and laid back in here fairly decent. You know, it was sitting in the sun, so it lost a little bit of its shape, but you can tell that it's kind of going back in there now. Man, everything is just a lot cleaner. Cannot wait to get the plastic and stuff in here, and the smell is just so much better. It used to smell like an old truck. Honestly, the interior is pretty much immaculate. I mean, plastic is all clean. You remember back in there, it was all nasty. So now that's all clean. Really, the only eyesore is I haven't scrubbed the dash yet, only because I'm still messing with it. I got all the wires and stuff pulled out of there. And but the only thing that really needs attention is going to be the headliner. But look at our pedals here. Now they're a little slippery a little bit just because I put that trim restore on there. Same thing with here, but they are much cleaner to the eye for sure. We lost a little bit of color here from the sun, from it being parked. That's what happens when you don't have the windows tinted or the windshield tinted. And we do have a little bit of damage here, and there was a little bit of rust spots that I couldn't get out. You know, I didn't really hit it with rust treatment or anything, but other than that, all in all, it came out very well. And then obviously the bleach stain on that side, and the sound in here is crazy with the sound deadening being underneath there. I mean, you can already tell a huge difference. I was able to pull the bezel out. It's all in one piece, no cracks or anything. It has all the clips, so that's nice. And I was able to pull out all the pieces of the dash that were that were all down inside the dash. That was a bit of a project just because it was so much. But now you can see. So it's all pretty much ripped out of there now.